Hello everybody, welcome to the Psychonics channel and welcome to my first long-form fursuit vid. So you might remember maybe a month or so back, I made a post on my YouTube channel asking you to ask any questions for me that you had, which I thought was a good idea, except that the interesting thing was that that post got almost 0 comments. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and poll my Discord server about it instead. So here I am, answering your YouTube and Discord questions. First question, which actually came in a pack of 2, opinions on noise metal and what is your daily schedule like? Okay, first question, noise metal. I don't dislike it. It's not my favorite genre of metal. Generally, I'm not super into like the noise genre. I like, more coherent stuff. It's not that metal is necessarily always coherent, but noise metal for me, along with like noise rock or any other style of noise music, it's just a little bit too like spacey and out there for me. I normally like to come back to, slightly saner ground with metal. So it's not that I hate noise metal. I'm perfectly okay with noise metal. It's just not personally my favorite genre. As for the second question, what is my daily schedule like? I just started 10th grade a couple weeks ago. So mostly it's just me I get up, I take a piss, I eat breakfast, brush my teeth, do all that shit, spend some time rotting in my room, and then I go to school, rot at school a little bit, and then I come home, do my homework, do my own thing, all that shit. On weekends, I'm normally just chilling. Sometimes I hang out with some of my other friends. It's really nothing too eventful. Really, the most crazy thing that happens is I go fursuiting from time to time, but really it's just kind of, normal shit. Second question, how did you find out that you are a furry? This is a very interesting question. So, in 2023, when I was at a sleepaway camp, I met this guy on casino night named Will. So the reason that I talked to Will wouldn't have, talked to me. I decided to talk to him on my own. The reason I decided to talk to him was because I saw him sitting down at a table in the dining hall drawing furry art in his sketchbook. And that was at a time when I was like interested in anthropomorphic art, but I didn't consider it furry art at the time. I didn't consider myself a furry. But I saw him drawing furry art and I was interested in it, and so I sat down next to him and started talking to him, and so basically by the end of the night we were friends. And so we stayed friends after that. We exchanged contact info, we hung out a lot after that, and his interest in the furry fandom started to rub off on me. Later in the summer, while I was visiting my relatives in Florida, I discovered that I was a furry, and so I came out to my parents as a furry a little bit after that, and I've been a furry ever since, and I love this fandom. It's one of my favorite hobbies, so thank you guys. Every furry out there, you're awesome. Shout out to all my furry friends, you're amazing. Next question, I don't know what to ask, so sorry if it's stupid, but how did you get into the music you're into now? Number 1, I don't think that's a stupid question at all. I think that's a very good question. Number 2, so basically, back in, 2021, 2022, I was basically listening to like all the mainstream pop shit, like, Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, Tate McRae, all that shit. I was listening to the normal shit that everybody listens to. That was a very long time ago. And then one day when my dad was driving me to school, the radio played Holiday by Green Day, and I heard that song, and I was like, oh shit, I really like this. And so I decided to check out Green Day a little bit more, and I became really, really obsessed with Green Day. Like Green Day, like for months at a time, was my favorite band of all time. I still really love Green Day, but after that, my music taste started evolving a little bit more because of the algorithm mostly. So after that, I was recommended My Chemical Romance, and so I started listening to My Chemical Romance. Got obsessed with My Chemical Romance. From there, I just got more and more recommendations, some from the algorithm, some from actual people. From there, it was Pierce the Veil mostly, so I started getting into more like heavier, like post-hardcore, metalcore stuff. Really, it only evolved from there. Like last summer, I started discovering more heavier like metalcore, post-hardcore, like metal artists, and I started to get into the metal scene, and that's kind of where I got to where I am today. So yeah. Next question, and this one really resonates with me as well. How did you realize that you're a therian / how did you find your stereotypes? I had my therian awakening over the recent summer. So basically on my birthday, I was gifted a big set of therian stickers. That was before I identified as therian, but I knew what therians were, and so I knew what the symbol was, and I was like, okay, well this isn't necessarily me, but these stickers are super cool. But what the stickers made me realize is maybe I resonate with this a little more than I think I do. And so I researched therianthropy a little bit more. I found out that, holy shit, like, I really do resonate on a physical and spiritual level with animals. And I have since I was very small. It just didn't manifest itself in the form of therianthropy until much later. And so basically, what that made me realize is that my connection to animals was therianthropy all along, I just hadn't realized it. And the way I found my stereotypes was basically, it's a set, so my main three stereotypes, the big three, are fox, wolf, and sable. So these are all like wild animals that are very territorial, playful, kind, and caring, and all animals that I very much resonate with on a deep-seated level. And it was just a matter of letting the animals that resonated with me find me. And so after that happened, that was how I found my stereotypes, and that's how I got to where I am now. Next question. What would you do if you saw yourself, doppelganger? That is a very interesting question. I'm honestly not too sure, because, you know, the concept of literally seeing myself, like, not even necessarily, like, I guess the idea is like a clone of me, a doppelganger of me. The idea of literally seeing myself scares the shit out of me. Frankly, it scares the shit out of me. And the reason why is because I feel very unique in my own skin. I don't feel like there's anyone that can really replicate me or what I do. And so the concept of seeing myself is just like, well, once I have someone else who is literally exactly me, what do I do with that? And so a question of what I would do, I would, the first thing I would do is probably start questioning reality for a few hours. After that, maybe get to know them, maybe kill them. Who the fuck knows? Next question. What song, album, or artist brought you into the metal scene? Okay, so this is kind of branching off of the music taste question that I was asked a little bit ago. So I think there's a lot of individual stuff, you know, along the line, like branching off that, you know, kind of like metal or metal adjacent stuff that really resonated with me. But I think the huge turning point for me that got me into metal, as we think of it today, was when I, last summer, when I first heard the song To the Hellfire by Lorna Shore. It was a song that, you know, when it came out in 2021, it went viral, for obvious reasons. You know, if you just listen to the song, there's one part at the end where, like, you know, he just goes like, it's insane. So, like, basically the point at which I heard that was like, not only was that the turning point that really got me into the metal subculture, it was also the turning point at which I went like, okay, I want to devote time to actually learning extreme metal vocals. If you remember from my video where I do a tutorial on false chord screaming, I scream a little snippet from To the Hellfire. That's also a little hint into, you know, what got me into the metal scene. And yeah, I mean, I've just been, you know, kind of evolving my music taste from there. It's just like, you know, Lorna Shore was like the first like truly metal band that I really got into. And it's really just been spiraling from there. Next question, and I really love this one. What inspired you to be a drummer? Some people on my channel might not know this, but yes, I am in fact a drummer. There's a lot that inspired me to be a drummer. I think the main thing is the fact that I have like the worst ADHD that you can possibly imagine. And so when I was thinking about like what activities can I do that will, you know, be a little bit of a satisfactory relief for all the, you know, fidgeting needs that I have, drumming came up, and it was just like, I sat down on the kit, started drumming for 5 minutes, and I was like, fuck yeah, this works. And so I just, you know, that was just like the point of no return. I just started drumming, and I really never stopped. And I recently got my double bass pedal set up on my home kit, and I've really been enjoying my drumming a whole lot more since I got that set up. And, you know, it's really just been like a lot of different musicians just hearing drums, thinking about the fact that it really relieves ADHD for me. It's all just been like a huge, you know, journey for me, and I wouldn't give up drumming for anything. I love drumming, and I'm always going to keep drumming. Next question is why you're a furry. So this is slightly different from how you became a furry. That one is about how, this is about the why. So the why, I think for me, is community. This community is like really welcoming to me. You know, of course there are bad apples here and there, like, you know, people who, you know, don't like me for whatever reason, but for the most part, like, this is a super inclusive and welcoming community to me, and I've definitely like, you know, become a much better person. I feel like, you know, I've definitely started feeling way more comfortable in my own skin since I joined. Like, there's some stuff that like I'm comfortable doing now that like I never would have wanted to do like before I became a furry. Stuff that like, you know, it really just kind of brought me out of my shell and helped me become like a much more open, outgoing person. And so I think that like it's the community and, you know, the effects that it's had on me, you know, the positive impacts. It's just like, it's really just the gift that keeps on giving for me. So again, shout out to all the furries out there who are watching. Y'all are amazing. I love you. There's another message that had 2 questions in one. This is something I'm more so just kind of curious about. Why have you changed your name so much? And also, what do you think of J-Metal? So the reason why I changed my name so much, I don't know if there's like one solid definitive reason that I can give for this, but I feel like it's really just a matter of like identity for me. Some names I settle on them and then I realize a while later that they might not really feel like me, you know, because my identity is fluid, you know, everything's fluid. It's just like a lot of like, you know, self-discovery for me. And so sometimes I find something and then later I feel like I've, you know, undiscovered it because it's not quite me anymore. And so I'm sorry about that if it's like confusing for anybody. I know it's confusing for a lot of people in real life because I've changed my name in real life a couple times as well. But yeah, it's just like, it's really just a continuous process of self-discovery. And but this one, Psychonics, I like this one. I'm settling on it and we're good now. Okay, like don't worry, I'm not gonna change my name again. Like even if I want to, I'm not gonna change my name anymore. Okay, I promise. I promise you guys this right now. That was the final change. I'm sticking with this now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed me answering your YouTube and Discord questions. If you guys want me to do another one of these in the future, if you had a question that you didn't get to ask, just let me know. Join my Discord server for updates on the community. I'm always open to DMs. Just ping me. I will respond as soon as I can. I always take time to respond to comments and DMs that stick out to me. So just like feel free to ping me whenever, and I'll be with you as soon as I can. Thank you all so much for watching again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.